Can We Be? A fanfiction based on the Miraculous Ladybug series. Claws in. Adrien felt the warmth of his suit dissolve away to be greeted by the cold Parisian night. Having just finished his final photo shoot for the week, he was exhausted, so going to the city park seemed adept to wind down. He stepped out of the bushes and dragged his feet towards the swings, slumping into one.
Adrien, I need camembert,
Plag said, an overdramatic agony taking over his movements. Adrien let out a big sigh.
Plag, it's such a nice night out. The stars are shining bright. There are no people to boss me around about how I should be posing, or no father or Natalie to constantly remind me of what I should be doing. Can't I just enjoy it for a little bit first? Fine. But you need to get me some once we go back. Deal.
Starting off a gentle rock back and forth, Adrien leaned back on the swing, looking up to the sky. Man, what a day, he said, thinking about the abnormally tight schedule he'd had today. Time to himself was becoming a rarity. This felt nice.
You tell me. I had to go most of the day without my precious sleep, and beautiful, gorgeous, delicious, one and only love of my life, camembert. I'd rather face 100 Akumas than suffer like this.
All Adrien could do was chuckle.
Whatever, Plag.
His thoughts then began to waver.
There haven't been any Akumas for the past 2 weeks. As relieving as that is, who knows what Hawkmoth is up to? Carapace and Rena Rouge would surely be enough of a boost to defeat him. It should be fine.
Something still felt a bit off, however, despite telling himself that.
I wonder if Ladybug is worried too.
Hey, Plag.
Yeah, kid?
Do you know why the... Before he could finish his question, Adrien suddenly heard a zip through the air.
Plag, hide!
He whispered. Without thinking, he sprung up and looked around to then be greeted by an all-too-familiar voice behind him. Hey, Adrien!
Ladybug! I didn't expect to see you here,
he said, desperately attempting to keep his feelings in check. I could say the same thing. What are you doing here? She gave him a radiant smile that struck his heart. How could one girl do so much to him? She was here, right in front of him. In front of Adrien, not Cat Noir. Without his suit, he felt stripped of all his confidence, and flirting was out of the question. He didn't know what to do with himself and couldn't break the now growing silence. Well? She added a second inquiry which brought his senses back.
Oh, me? Nothing. I just came out for some air.
He stammered his words out. Well, you should head back as soon as you can. I don't think you should be out here this late. With the past couple of weeks having been Akuma free, I'm a bit concerned. That's why I'm patrolling the area right now. So she did notice. Of course she did. She wasn't a superhero for no reason. Adrien sighed.
Man, do I love this girl. Maybe you could stay with me for a bit?
Hesitation overtook his words as he expressed his wish, but he wanted to spend time with her not as Cat Noir, but as Adrien. Sure, I'd love to, she said, tucking some loose strands behind her ear. His heartbeat quickened. She just said yes. Oh my God. She actually said yes. He walked her to the nearby bench, gesturing her to sit down before he did the same. So, how long are you going to be patrolling for? She turned towards him. Maybe another hour or so? She cleared her throat. To be honest, I'm actually really worried. You'd think no Akumas meant no trouble, but what if Hawkmoth is planning something? After the attack from the new Miraculous holder, I can't help but think he has something else planned, she said, looking away. Maybe something even worse. Her face contorted to that of unease. Adrien understood just how much of a threat what she said was. He wanted her to know that he'd be right there by her side as Cat Noir, that he'd do anything if it meant protecting her and all of Paris with her. He reached for her hand. Don't worry. You have so many people supporting you, Ladybug. Especially Cat Noir. When you guys fight together, I can see just how much you trust him, and how much he trusts you. She looked up at him. If you trust yourself as much as you do him, you'll do great. I know that you're more than capable of defeating anything that Hawkmoth throws your way. And I know that, with you around, Paris cannot be any safer. Just believe in yourself more. Her bluebell eyes stared into his, and her cheeks were gorgeously tinted pink. Wow, Adrien, that means a lot, she said as she squeezed his hand back. Especially because it's you. Wait, did he hear that right? Was that what he thought it was? Ladybug, what are you saying? There was a hesitation in her eyes, but as quickly as it came, it vanished. I'm saying you mean a lot to me. I like you, Adrien. What? He was speechless. She was the most beautiful girl in the world to him. The way her smile lit up her face, the way her gaze was enough to drive him crazy. How her voice had the power to soothe him but also tense him up. She had full control when it came to how he felt. If this wasn't love, then what was? And now, that very girl confessed her feelings. For him. Sure, it was very sudden and random, but still. All those times of countless rejections was the norm. And now, hearing otherwise, Adrien's logic could make no sense of anything at that moment. Before he could think, he pulled her in closer with only centimeters to spare, and his lips met hers. Her vanilla scent and strawberry lips invaded his senses as he took her in. She was soft and gentle, like a rose petal, unlike her ladybug personality full of strength and fierceness. Delicately caressing her cheek, Adrien felt her warm breath, and all he wanted to do was kiss her forever. But before he could kiss her anymore, Ladybug pulled away, distraught by what had just happened. She jerked away her hand and jumped to her feet, stepping away from him. Ladybug, we can't do this, Adrien. There can never be an us. Ever. Her words plunged into his heart like a dagger. Why couldn't they be together? Was he not good enough? Why not? We just can't. I have to go, she said, her voice trembling. He wanted to hold her in his arms and protect her. He wanted to take care of her. At times of worry and sadness, he wanted to be there for her. But before he could do anything, Ladybug zipped away, disappearing into the night sky. Had he just ruined their relationship? There wasn't any relationship to begin with, though.
Plag, Let's go home, kid, he said, floating out of Adrien's shirt. Let's just go.
All right. Plag, claws out. Thank you so much for listening. This was part 1 of a Adrien fanfiction based on the Miraculous Ladybug series. Part 2 will be out shortly. Until then, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts and any suggestions if you have them. Until the next time.